Three races remain. Three races remain in the 2024 Grand National Series season, and with the end of the PSRLA comeback tour, if you thought that Daytona and Darlington were bad, well, you ain't seen nothing yet. As we come live here for the first time and only time in the year at Bristol Motor Speedway for round 26 of the 2024 PSRLA Grand National Series, welcome to the Tennessee Shine Company 300. Hello everybody, my name is Alex Sanvidale, and before we do everything, I want to extend my congratulations to Ludovic Charette for winning the 2024 Wawa Cup Series Championship, as well as Stuart Gradden and all of Gradden Autosport for winning the Teams Championship. And thank God she did, because if you remember, I predicted that they were going to win in the Darlington Cup race, and I was so worried I jinxed it, but I didn't. And I actually argued I actually brought them good fortune, but yeah, I'm glad that at least I got one prediction right this year, which it wasn't in my own series, it was in the partner series, but still it's better than nothing. Also because I didn't want the entirety of Brandon Rosberg to come and buy a ticket to Italy to come and find me. That's a joke, of course, but regardless, congratulations to Charette and for Granted for winning, for sweeping the both championships. As for this championship, Bristol really needs no introduction. We all know what Bristol is and what type of races are we going to see here, and that type of racing is going to be, and this race is not a normal race because by itself, because we're Bristol, but also it's even less of a normal race because of the championship implications. As we said, this is round 26. 3 races remain in the season, two with this one, and this marks the end of a very, very brutal, in my opinion, stretch of races. We did Daytona, which is a super speedway, and we all know how random that is. We did Darlington, which is a track that we all know what it is, or actually what it isn't, should I say more. And now we got Bristol, which is a short track where everything happens. And as we said, this is a very important race because of the championship implications. Because as we're going to explain a little bit later, there's only 10 points between Brandon Rogers and Genius D'Amelio, and D'Amelio is starting at the rear of the field, while Rogers is starting at the very edge of the top 10. He's starting in 10th place. But yeah. Not exactly an easy race for anyone, for the drivers and for the teams, and of course for the commentators, because everything can happen. Everything can happen in this thing. But yeah, at least we hope that this. The only thing that we can hope is that this race is not going to be a complete crash fest. I don't doubt it. It's going to be a crash fest, but still, let's hope that we're going to have some long green lap laps here. Green flag laps, actually. There's the proper term. English, I know how to speak it. But anyway, as we teased it earlier, let's talk about the championship, and Brandon Rogers and Genius D'Amelio are only 10 points behind, so this thing ain't over yet. Then is Carlos Rex in third for 44 points. Then is Quinton Moore, who jumped 3 positions to 4th place in fourth place. Then we got Brandon Beal, Michael Sheeran, Bernardo Oliveira, Cody Goforth, Justin Perez, and Andrew Race rounding up the top 10. Also, I want to make a brief explanation, and the reason why there was no commentary for Darlington race was because I sort of messed up the recording. And because of the win by running a little, I kept it anyway, because come on, when you can say in our offline league that one driver has swept both races at the same track. So yeah, that's virtually the main reason why I kept it on the schedule. I kept it on the schedule. I kept the video and then recorded the next day. Also because I didn't have any more available time to do it. So yeah, that's why I kept it there. Anyway, with all that being said, Guess what, folks? It's time for racing. As the cars roll on the track, let's take a look at the qualifying results. And Jocko Miller will lead the field to the green flag. Alongside him is Stella Markle, and then is Ty Dent, David Heller, Wyatt Quill, Nia Marinacci, Kenny Chris, Quinton Moore, Kyle Allah, and Brendan Rogers will round up the top 10, with Janista Amelio starting in 20th place, and Carlos Rex in 25th. 75 laps here on schedule. And the pace car is going to pull into the pits any second now. There we go. And green flag is in the air. We're away at Bristol. And Miller will lead lap number 1 as the entire field is basically side by side. Dent and Langland. Markle looks like he's going to win this. He's going up the apron, but no, never mind. He's actually going to he's going to clear the 18, barely clear, and he's going to barely clear him. No, he's not going to clear him at all. Still side by side. Markle is. Yeah, this is a really great battle, but I mean that's actually not allowing. That's allowing Miller to pull away. 1.5 seconds is the gap already between Miller and the rest of the field. Now Dent is ahead of the 14 car of Eric Monaco, owned by Eric Monaco, and now Dent finally does the thing that Marco wasn't able to do, and that is to clear his adversary. And now he has to watch himself from Wyatt Quayle. And Weko goes through, and Kenny Chris is actually going to get a taste of that. And, yeah, already 2 seconds is the gap between Miller and Ty Dent. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, it looks like, yeah. Honestly, this is nuts. Like, what is going on with Vision Motorsports right now? They swept both Darlington races, and now they're absolutely destroying the competition here at Bristol. But in the meantime, battle between Kenny Chris and Markle. Markle looks like he's going to lose yet another position. Chris is ahead, but he's still gonna clear the 14 car. He goes up the apron, and now there goes the 96, and he has to do with another Firewall King car. In Quinton Moore in the 98, and yeah, no, Markle is still going to be ahead. Not by much though. And after 9 laps, we're still under green flag conditions. And let's see the gap. It's 2.27 seconds. The gap between Miller and the rest of the field. Quinton Moore and Marco still battling. Moore finally managed to clear the 98 car and keep the position. There goes Marinacci instead of Heller, and she is going to take the position away from the 5 Monaco car. There's Outlaw, there's Kudashov, there's Williams, side by side between. Ooh, Brio, what are you doing? Oh my God. Ooh. Oh. Well then. That was that. Ooh. Okay. Now, are they going to pull into the pits? Some of them are. There's the pace car. Now, Dent and Quayle, Chris, Langland, Markle, and Quinton Moore, Marinacci, Monaco. My burn is fried. But yeah, regardless, this is going to pull into the pits. There's Brent. There's. Well then. call me surprised, Brandon Beal is still wow. Yeah, that wow, yeah, that is indeed something that just happened. Yet Beal is absolutely fine. His car is absolutely fine, but yeah, that was indeed something. But yeah, now the ticket is gonna be an absolute mess to figure out. But in the meantime, actually, let's see. The first car is actually going to make it into the reach the pace car, and that is Brandon Beal. But of course, he's like one lap down. So, and with that, let's see the replay to see what caused the first caution of the night. Caution number 1 of the race. We are focusing on Brandon Beal, and into the backstretch, he's going to make contact with Sheeran, and he's going to swerve into the way of Anthony Lopez. Anthony Lopez is going to spin him out and into the barriers, and check this out. Right in the wall and into the catch fence as Benny Moore, Justin Perez, Caleb and Austin Ronco and Tyler Markle make contact with each other, and amazingly enough, this crash is not fatal, or should I say is not terminal. Brandon Beal can continue in with that. And with that, let's go back trackside. And we're back live here for the Tennessee Shine Company 300 at Bristol Motor Speedway, run 26 of the 2024 PSRLA Grand National Series. We're coming out of the caution, and there goes Jacob Miller. And don't tell me did it just... Okay, no, never mind. No, I thought because of... okay, I thought he'd legitimately lapped half the field on that stop, but he didn't. Thank God for that, because the race would have been really boring otherwise. But in the meantime, side by side they go. Miller and Markle are going to lead the field back to the green flag. And the green flag is back in the air, Bristol, and Markle is going to get an amazing launch off of the line. And he's going to pull a bit of a gap from Jacob Miller. Then is Quinton Moore, Ty Dent, Brendan Rogers, who right now is definitely going to keep points in the championship. And they're going to make it 3 wide, and we are back under caution. For what reason? Okay, that looks like a pile-up between Rex, Hernandez, Racer, Moore, and Lineback, Ware, and Taylor, it looks like. But naturally, since nobody's going to the pit, ooh, I just noticed. I just saw this, and yeah, thanks to the pit stop, Markle and Langland are the only 2 cars on the late lap. So, and they're going to the pits again. Well, there goes Brandon Beal. I am still, and Marnacci. I am still shocked that even with that crash, Beal can still continue going. Can still continue. Like, what is that car made out of? Like, in the meantime, let's check Tyler Markle. And now it looks like maybe these guys are actually going to lap themselves. It's just for a splash of fuel. So Markle goes out. Then it's Brendan Rogers, Ryan Little, Andrew Williams, Kid and Chris, Cole Alla, and the Code of Goforth, Kudryashov, Dant, Sheeran, and Quayle, and of course the rest of the field. And now the question is, who is actually leading the race? I want to say that's probably Marinacci, but I have no clue. We want to see what the ticker says. And the ticker says... No, Miller is still leading. Miller is still leading the race. And with that, let's check the replay to see what caused the second caution of the race. Caution number 2 of the race, always at the backstretch. We're focusing on Shawnard, and he's getting spun by Kid and Chris. Chris into the wall, Outlaw is going to avoid him. Williams makes contact with the 24 Rebel car. Is going to touch the barriers, and is gonna send and Runkle will send Williams to half spin as the rest of the field behind the cars behind them check up. Nothing major, but enough to bring down the second caution of the race. And with that, let's go back trackside. And we're back live here for the running of the Tennessee Shen Company 300 at Bristol Motor Speedway. We're coming out of the second caution of the night. And we are in a weird situation where it looks like that Jacob Miller has an entire lap on the entire field, judging by the gaps. I mean, it's not a full-blown lap, but yeah. Now, where is Jacob Miller? There it is. There's Miller. And yeah, that's going to make this restart very awkward. But in the meantime, out of turn 4 to go. And back on the green at Bristol. And let's see who's actually leading the race now. And no, it's still Miller. It's still Jacob Miller. And right now, where is Miller? Is there behind? Is ahead of Quinton Moore? Actually, no, never mind. Looks like he's actually going to lose. Not really the position, but let's just say lose the place on track by Quinton Moore, unless he can clear. And yeah, he's going to clear. He's going to clear the 98 Cafargo kit car. In the meantime, Hernandez and Heller into pits again. As you saw, also Benny Moore in the pits. But yeah, Miller's still leading. Because of pit stop shenanigans. And yeah, this is a very hard count. There's also Langland and Rex in the pits. Also Hobbs and Weir in the pits. And yeah, this is a very hard situation to commentate, because the leader is in the middle of the pack. There's Jacob Miller, and the guy who's on top of this group is technically the driver in second place. So yeah, I mean, I did say in the intro that Bristol is not a normal race, and this was a normal race, but yeah, oh dear Lord, yeah. In the meantime, I guess we got a battle for what is technically third place now between Ken and Chris and Ryan Little. They're not attempting a move, although Chris is glued to the rear of the 27 car. But yeah, I am generally shocked by how good the Vision Motorsports cars have been in these last two races, and in two different types of tracks as well. So I have no idea what Matthew Hubert told his engineers to put in their cars, because yeah, this is impressive stuff. And if they can, maybe, and where caution is out. Yep, caution is out for what reason? And oh yeah, oh, hello, okay. So De Oliveira flipped, and yep, the engine is smoking. So that might be it for the 54. Ooh, okay. Also damage to the rear. You saw Lineback also rear-ending another car. there goes De Oliveira in the pits. And that might be curtains for it, I want to say. Into the pit stall. And that looks to be... Yep, that's it. That is it for the race of Bernardo Oliveira. But anyway, oh yeah, they're now pitting. The Markle is pitting, as is Chris, and Marinacci is also pitting. Is anyone else following them? Doesn't look like it. Nope. There's Benny Moore. Yeah. That is Brandon Beal, the magic man of the race, shall we call it. Then this racer. There's Hernandez. There's Lineback. Where can continue on, but with a damaged, with the removed front hood, as you saw there. There's Austin Ronco with a car that is barely recognizable. But yeah, that also Hernandez without the front hood, so yeah. And it looks like these guys are really the only guys in the pits, so yeah. Let's check the replay to see what caused the third caution of the race. Caution number 3, always at the exit of turn 2 and into the backstretch. We're focusing on De Oliveira, and is going to get spun by Zachary Taylor. Into the wall, De Oliveira goes. And into the path of the cars. He's going to make contact with Racer, Ronco, and Ronco almost does the exact same thing that Beal did. Speak of the devil, there's Beal. Boom. Right on the rear. And there's Dylan Weir, and check this out. Yep, Dylan Weir flips De Oliveira, and the hit didn't even look all that bad, but it was more than enough to not only flip the 2054 car, but to cause terminal damage. As Lineback and Hobbs make contact, and yeah, the front of the 88 car is completely destroyed. And with that, let's go back trackside. And we're back live here at Bristol for round 36 of the 2024 PSRLA Grand National Series. The Tennessee Shine Company 300 were coming out of the caution. And there goes Jacob Miller. And I am going to assume this time he does have indeed a full lap on the field. But we will see, of course, in the ticker. At least I would think he's got a full lap. There's the Vision Motorsports teammates lining up for the restart. Lap number 37 is going to be in the books. Lap number 38 is a go, as is the green flag back into the air. And yep, now it's a straight up fight between... actually, no, they're all lapped, and now Kurashov... No, they were all lapped, but Little managed to lap himself with that one. And now Kudashov looks like he might do the exact same. And yeah, not by much. Kudashov managed to lap himself. And yeah, now basically all the action is going to be who's going to, how many people are going to unlap past Jacob Miller to unlap themselves. And right now it's just Kudashov and his teammate Little. But Miller, is going to clear Kurashov. Is going to put him a lap down again. They're side by side, the two Vision Motorsport teammates. Don't crash, guys. Don't crash. And still side by side between the two guys. And looks like Miller is going to put the entire field on one lap down. Yeah, he did, but not much. In fact, Little is still there. But there you go. Now the 23 clears his teammate. And now Jacob Miller has one full lap ahead from the entire field. As Cole Outlaw is going to clear the 27 car. This is for position for them, actually. So that's Division Motorsport 1-3 currently, unless Sheeran has anything to, unless Sheeran and Kurashov have anything to say about it. There goes Sheeran past Kurashov as he goes up into the apron. Ooh, there's gonna be a brush and almost make contact with Quayle. Kurashov is gonna lose a bunch of positions. In the meantime, there's Outlaw, there's Little battling with Sheeran and Quayle. Outlaw is very close to the 23. He might try and move it to a lap himself. In the meantime, battle between the teammates. Another battle between the teammates. This time between the Firework King teammates of Rogers and Moore. And considering we haven't seen D'Amelio at all in this race, yeah, that's basically points gained for the championship leader. It's a battle between Koforth and Dent for what is... But his place is for 11th. Actually, no, it's for 10th place in the standing. For place in the 10th place. But in the meantime, Miller is going to put a bit of a gap from Outlaw. So, erasing the threat of the drivers unlapping themselves. In the meantime, Sheeran is glued to the rear of his teammate. As is Quayle glued to the rear of the checker flag car. Kurashov looks like he's going to... There's a bit of a gap from these groupies. Now he's catched up to this trio, which now become a quartet. In the meantime, yeah, these guys are keeping going, constantly going to the pits. At this point, the race is pretty much done. There goes Sheeran. He's trying for a team move on the inside of Little. But no dice, side by side between the two Firework King cars, as well as Chris and Brandon Beal. But Beal is multiple. Actually, no, we got a freeway battle between all the Firework King cars. Now that's it. Now that is a sight to behold, ladies and gentlemen. This is actually insane. I mean, if it was for Beal winning the show, that would be insane. As Quinton Moore is actually gonna. Ooh. Moore is having the best of this battle between brothers, basically, as Rogers makes contact with Chris and almost spins him out. But in the meantime, yeah, Outlaw simply cannot catch up to the 23 car, who looks like he's going to get possibly the easiest win of his entire career. And pardon me for the joke, that would have never happened if Miller was still at Daniel Voss Racing. Let's admit it. Let's admit that one. But in the meantime, yeah, all these guys glued to the rear of each other. Yeah, the lap counter is going to look absolutely insane when this thing is done and dusted. More, yeah, there's still Ronco and Benny Moore in the pits. Now, 21 laps to go, and now the quartet has become a sextuplet. Well, of course we don't count, well, actually a quintet, because again, Beal is like multiple laps down by this point. And Little is still winning, so this might be a Vision Motorsports 1-3, as side by side between Zachary Taylor and actually the other Vision Motorsports car between Taylor and Ken and Chris. And Chris is getting helped by Mark Cole, and the 7 is going to clear Mark and is going to kill Chris. And now Mark Cole is fencing a move on the 96, and he barely clears him, and there goes the caution again. Chris spins, and we got a caution. And, ooh boy, everybody's going to avoid them. Yes, there you go. Whew! Alright. That was close. That was indeed close. But, yeah. Fourth caution of the race. Everybody a lap down. Apologies for that one. But yeah, this is a pretty awkward situation to be in. Actually, I want to check. So, yep. That's going to be a very, very big blow to D'Amelio's championship hopes. Then we got Santi Messi out, the 13 of Anthony Lopez out, the 88 of Caleb Hobbs is out, and the 54 of, well, we said that D'Amelio and Bernardo de Oliveira is out. And Bennymore is 17 laps down. The 66 of Oscar Runkle is 12 laps down. Then is Shawnard and Carlos 6 laps down. And also the 21 of Brandon Beal, 6 laps down. And of course the rest of the field. And with all that, let's see the replay to see what caused the caution. Yet another caution at the exit of turn 2. This time is Chris and Markle. Markle is going to essentially close the door on Chris and send them into a spin as Markle hits the wall. Langland is going to avoid him, as does Racer. There we go. Past the 93 goes. Lineback and Williams, and yeah, essentially it's a miracle that no one actually made contact with him. There goes Heller. That he came very close and hit in the 96, but he didn't, thankfully. And even though there was not that big of a deal, it was enough to bring up the caution. It was enough to bring up the caution. And with that, let's go back trackside. And we're live here at Bristol Motor Speedway for running of the Tennis Nation Company 300. Round 26 of the 2024 PSRLA Grand National Series. We're coming out of the caution. And we are in a situation where the entire field has been lapped by this man, Jacob Miller, driving for Vision Motorsports. And third place is his teammate, Ryan Little. So, if everything goes right, there is a very, very high chance for a 1-2 finish for Vision Motorsports. But of course, we need to see what is going to happen in the next couple of laps. The base car pulls into the pits again. And back at the green, and Outlaw is of course going to lap himself briefly, and looks like Sheeran might have fancied that, but nope. He's actually going to brush the wall as Kurashov is going to squeeze past the 82. And now battling with, they're going to be three wide, Quill, Little, and Kudashov. Kudashov is going to have the battle, this battle. Little falls down to 4th place, yes, now to 5th place. If Quail can clear the car, yes. Little up to 5th place. And, yeah, there goes the dream of a 1-2 finish for Vision Motorsports, but the dream is still there for a second win for Vision Motorsports, second win in a row, as Jacob Miller is crossing the line. 10 laps to go here at Bristol, with the entire field lap except for Cole Outlaw. And actually, you know what? I really hope that he can manage. And never mind, caution is out. And it looks like where Ard, and looks like that's it. And Hernandez. And well, this really couldn't come at a better time for Cole Outlaw, because now he can snatch away the win from Jacob Miller. Now that he has lapped himself. And thanks to that, this went from a pretty easy win to a two-way tango for the win at Bristol. And with that, let's see the replay to see what caused the caution. Chris involved in yet another caution. This time it's with Goforth. Goforth essentially shuts the door too early on the 96 car, as Rogers brushes the wall, and Langland is going to send Chris into a spin, which again is not going to cause any major damage to the 96, but is enough to bring out the caution for the 5th time this race. And with that, let's go back trackside. And we're back live here at Bristol for round 36 of the 2024 PSRLA National Series. We're coming out of the caution, and as you can see, Quill has blown his engine with he has got another issue during the caution. But In the meantime, the pace car is going to pull into the pits. 5 laps to go here at Bristol. And let's see what is going to happen. The pace car pulls into the pits, so let's hope for no overtime attempts. And there we go. Green flag is in the air. 4 to go. But no, forget I ever said anything about the two-way tango because, yeah, Outlaw is way too far away to try a move, early for anything really. 3 to go. Please don't crash, please don't crash, please don't crash. I don't want this to turn into an overtime attempt. As Dent is going to brush the wall. Is it going to... Okay, he's going to save it. 2 laps to go here at Bristol. And yeah, Colt Outlaw might as well be a lap down because, yeah, it's not going to matter. Out of turn 4 and white flag. 1 lap to go for Jacob Miller. And now you can crash all you want. It's not going to matter. But yeah, this has been an amazing race for Jacob Miller and Bristol Motorsports. And Matthew Hubert, you've just got yourself your 2nd win in a row. Just as the caution comes out, but doesn't matter. You win you sweep the Darlington weekend, and now you get yourself your 2nd win in a row. This time is with the driver that you signed after the closure of Dino's Worlds Racing. So, yeah, you should be really, really proud of that one. Both of you were actually two of your freight drivers have won a race. So congratulations to you, buddy. And so, Jacob Miller wins the Tennessee Shine Company 300 at Bristol. 2nd is Colt Outlaw. 3rd is Dennis Kurashov. Finally, a good result for the quote-unquote Russian driver. Then we got Ryan Little, Michael Sheeran, Quinton Moore, Zachary Taylor, Cody Goff, Kenny Chris, and Ty Dent rounding up the top 10. And as you can see, the entire field has been lapped. Austin Runkle and Benny Moore 17 and 22 laps down respectively. As for our DNFs, Wyatt Quill with a header, and then we got Brian De Oliveira, Caleb Bobs, Anthony Lopez, Santi Messi, and most importantly, Genius D'Amelio. So yeah, Rogers definitely saved himself, saved some hopes for the championship with this. Well, what can be said? I mean, pit stop basically decided the race. I mean, we still got plenty of good battles, but yeah, still, this is a great result for Vision Motorsport. 2 wins in a row for 3 wins overall, actually, for this team, and the second in a row after they win at Darlington, and yeah, Miller. I think you should change your name to Jeffrey Bodine because that was really good, even though he did it North Wilkesboro and not in Bristol, but still. Lapping the entire field and actually even before lapping the entire field, his car was just straight up fast. Like, I'm pretty sure he would have still lapped a good chunk of the field even without the caution. So yeah, whatever did Matthew Hubert do to those cars, or whatever did Matt Hubert ask to his engineers to do to those cars, it definitely paid off big time. And of course, the caution did make that even more sweeter. As per usual, we're not going to show you the championship standings after the race in this broadcast. If you want to do so, however, you should check the official PSRLA Discord server. Links in the description down below. This has been a special presentation of the 2024 PSRLA Grand National Series for the Professional Network. I'm Alexander Vitale, and join us next time for round 27 of the championship at Rockingham Speedway. So long, everybody, from Bristol, congratulations again to Jacob Miller.